Hello world, and welcome to the Mecca of Mastery TV. I'm your host Mecca. If it is your mission to become the greatest version of yourself in every area of life, then you're in the right place, my friend. In this video we are speaking about spiritual development. And the topic of this video is understanding your soul's purpose. Let's get straight into the video. So before I jump into exactly what the soul purpose is, I want to give you a little story about myself, a little background. You already know, you probably already know, because if you've been a family member here at Mecca Mastery TV, girl, you know my whole story. Son, you know my whole story. You family. But so basically I grew up very domestic violence. I grew up in the ghetto. My family was dysfunctional. My father died when I was 13. He was a drug dealer. My mother was basically a drug addict as well. She was incarcerated. Both of my parents was incarcerated. I was in, assisted livings. I was homeless before. I was an exotic dancer for 7 years. I was an alcoholic. I was sexually addictive and everything. So basically what I used to do is everything was external in my life, meaning I was pleasing my personality. Everything that I was doing was of the personality, meaning that I was feeding everything that only a 5 sense reality can see, meaning how much money that you have, the car that you drive, the house that you live in, everything of that nature. I wasn't feeding my spirit or my soul, the things that shows with compassion and love. And what I realized one day is I always was searching for something, searching for love, searching for a place in the world, searching to feel good, searching just to feel great, and I was not getting that feeling. It didn't matter how much money I had. I went from making $200 to $20,000 in a month to sometimes more, and I still was never satisfied. I drove expensive cars. I went on many different trips. I had sugar daddies. I had the best men in the world. I was having sex with billionaires. I had friends that owned things. I was still not happy. I was still not happy, still not fulfilled. I was doing choreography for movies, all this type of stuff. I was doing everything that anybody can dream of. But was I fulfilled and happy? No, I was not. Okay? Red bottoms every day, Louis Vuitton here, this, that, right? Nope, Benny Hunter, no boot, all of that, okay? All of that. Was I happy? No, I was not. Until I realized one day, I came to a point where I was in a really, really, really bad space in my life, where I was at the lowest place in my life. I was down. I got into a really bad accident. One day I'm driving on the highway and I just blank out. I'm completely intoxicated and I crash into 2 elderly people. I did a hit and run because I didn't have insurance, because I was so afraid I'm going to go to jail. I get home, the officers knocking on my door after I'm passed out on my couch and living in Miramar, Florida at the time. Passed out drunk on my couch. Police knock on my door, open up. I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, it's the sheriff. What the hell? Sheriff comes in, they walk into my apartment because they see my license plate. The people took a picture of my license plate. They come, they tell me what happened. And they said to me, that was a hit and run. But those 2 individuals, that couple that was traveling on the highway, was more concerned about your well-being, Mecca, than their own. That's when something clicked inside of me. When I kept doing things in life and I kept being that close to death, when I say, honey, I was like, this was the hitting point. I was this close. I was like that close. And for some reason, whatever and whoever you are, she just kept saving me. The universe kept saving me. And I thought, why do you keep saving me? I started to look within myself and say, what is it that I need to know? What is it? I got still, I got silent, and I started to let go of everything external. And that's when I started to find out who I really was and my soul's purpose. See, there's 2 parts of ourself. First, we have our personality and we have our soul. So for you to understand your soul's purpose, I want you to first understand that there's 2 parts of us, which is our personality and our soul. Your personality is everything that's physical. Your personality needs a big house. Your personality needs a car. Your personality needs money. Your personality needs all these achievements. Your personality needs to look a certain way, lipstick, drive a certain way, eat at a certain restaurant. That's your personality needs. Your soul, on the other hand, Your soul needs different things of value. Your soul needs nurturing. It needs love. It needs compassion. It needs joy. It needs fulfillment, okay? So I realized that I was living my life in a way where I was feeding everything to my personality and nothing to my soul. I was not at peace. I had no quiet. There was nothing inside of me that I've built up, that I strengthened. The tools and characteristics that's inside of you, like patience, like gratitude, love, forgiveness. Those are things that are internal, not external. There's no patience and love and gratitude in a car and a house and some money. That's nothing. That's external. But what we do is we identify ourselves with everything that's material, and we have no identity with things that's internal. So it leaves you at a space for being off balance. To understand your soul's purpose is to get quiet and understand who you really are. What is it in life that really gives you juice and flow? And that's getting away from everything that's external. Your house don't give you juice and flow. That's a temporary happiness. That car don't give you juice and flow. That's a temporary happiness. Money don't give you juice and flow. That's a temporary happiness. There are things that money cannot buy. There are places that you go and people that you're around that it's compassion and love that give you happiness. What fulfills yourself? What is it that when you do it feels like joy is overflowing, like your cup is overflowing out of you? That is your soul's purpose. And you will feel as if like you're struggling in life and as if you can't get ahead until you start to feed your soul. Here's an example. I used to always feel like I have to dress a certain way, okay? Because I had an image. I had an image that I had to live by. I felt like people would not accept me unless I always looked this certain way, act this certain way, be this certain way. I was pleasing the personality. I was not pleasing the soul. The soul can be contradicting sometimes. Sometimes your soul, honey, she want to go and do backflips, and sometimes she just want to lay there. But you got to understand your soul. I went on this journey, and how I got there, the tools and strategies that I used, I started to meditate. I started to read, and I started to journal. Getting alone, getting in nature. Getting alone, getting in nature. Writing out your thoughts, being true to yourself, being honest, admitting parts of yourself that are unhealed, admitting to yourself parts of yourself that's ugly, admitting parts of yourself that are afraid, that you are fearful of, and confronting them. I know that my sole purpose is to give back to humanity in this way. I have certain personality traits like dancing, okay, networking, motivating, but my soul have different needs. How do you figure out what your soul purpose is? Get alone and get rid of everything that's external, that has a grip on you. We become so much attached to everything around us that we think it's our identity, and those are the things that's keeping us down. For example, when I used to be an exotic dancer for 7 years, the only thing that kept me doing that, which I did not want to do, which did not fulfill my soul. This fulfills my soul. My soul was not being fulfilled when I was on my knees crawling for dollars. And what kept me doing that is my attachment to the money that I was getting that was paying for the lifestyle I was living. Because I was making so much money, I was able to go to whatever yoga class I wanted. I was front row at Oprah events, paying $600 for tickets. I was able to pay for how many dance classes I wanted. I lived in a very nice apartment. I drove a nice, expensive luxury car. And guess what? I was attached to everything that was external, but I was killing my soul. You have to get to a point in your life where you feed your soul, right? And you live eternally first. And it will be scary because you're going to have to lose everything outside of yourself. That's what happened to me. I got scared. Well, my fear was me looking like I lost. Losing power externally to the world. When people look at me and they say, what the hell is she going through? Mecca look like she's on some shit. That was my fear. And that's what happened. But guess what? I went through it anyway. And I had to fill myself up from the inside. And once I filled myself up from the inside, everything on the outside started to come in alignment. This does not mean that, oh, you say, listen, I'm going to let go of everything that is physical in the world and material. No, 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 because we are human beings having, we are soulful beings having a human experience. We are still human, so we still need these things, honey. You know, I still need to go to Benihana's, and I still love Chanel bags, and I will still love red bottoms. I'm not going to give it up, but I'm not attached to it. I don't identify myself with it. It's not my identity. It doesn't make up who I am. Without that, I am a whole being. That is just an accessory to my life. Look around you. What is it in your life that identifies you? What is it that you identify with? Is it, if you let go of this business, would you still be a whole being? Would people still respect you and love you and care about you and treat you the same way if you didn't treat them or have that business, or if you didn't dress like this, or if you didn't speak like this, if you didn't host these events, if you didn't do this or you do that? You get the point I'm saying? So no, you don't let go of all animality and all animal ways in life, but a portion of it must be sacrificed in order for you to become fully aligned with your soul. You need to become at peace. You shouldn't be everything is so spiritual like you a nun, honey. No, that's out of this world. You need to still be down to earth. And you shouldn't be so earthly that you have no peace and no spirit and no gratitude and no passion, no love within yourself. You got to be at that sweet spot, that middle point, that area where you got a little bit of both. And then guess what? You'll be living fully. And that's when your sole purpose, you'll be able to fly and you'll feel great. And it's a whole, listen, I can't even put it into words, because it's such a different experience when you align your personality with your sole purpose and you go in that direction. It's such a different experience that I can't even explain it and put it into words, because it's so beautiful. You become a wholeful being. You start to feel as if, you know, you feel life. You don't just see things. You see with your heart. You see with your eyes. You see with a different set of eyes. You see with everything. You can feel it. Oh, I'm getting chills talking about it. Oh. How do you do this? Meditate. Get silent. Pray. Write. If you don't know where to start at, if you don't know which way, where to go, everything's so cloudy, how, what, when, where, which, what, I'll help you. I would love to go on this journey with you. I will hold your hand. We are side by side, honey, because we are in this together. Just email me at meccabookings@gmail.com. I have so many specials on one-on-one coaching right now. Or head over to meccafreeman.com. And like I say here at Mecca Mastery TV, we encourage you to become the greatest version of yourself in every area of life. So you go out into the world and you kick a whole lot of action. Don't let anybody tell you that you cannot do anything, because you can do whatever you put your mind to. I'm sending my love and my peace and my gratitude your way. Until next time I see you in the next episode, make sure you like and you subscribe and share this video with somebody you love. See you. Mwah.